to have those kingdom conversations.
Thank you, and welcome to Kingdom Conversations with Dr. Shirley and Leandra, where each week, through the grace of God, we hope to inspire women to thrive in their purpose-driven lives through lessons learned and a whole lot of wisdom.
Hi! Hello out there! Welcome to Kingdom Conversations. I'm Dr. Shirley.
And I'm Leandra Williams, and we are so happy to be here with you today. Thank you all so much for tuning in like you have been. It's been great. We've been hearing from all of you. I know Shirley's been having her little clique that's been reaching out, and I've been having mine. We are so thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for engaging. It means so much to us. Today, I know, right? I've been loving it. It makes us feel good, and we're happy that you guys are tuning in and getting whatever information and nuggets that you are from this whole conversation. That's why we're here. So you make this all possible.
Yes.
So today, Shirley and I wanted to kind of tap in with you really quick, see where everybody's at. It is January 29th. We are rolling into February. So we do know everybody sets their resolutions or their goals, or they reset, right, for the new year. So instead of jumping on in the beginning of the year, we wanted to kind of give everybody a couple weeks and see where everybody's at. So we know that when you start the year, everybody's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right, Shirley? We're just like, we're ready to go. We're taking on the entire whatever is coming to us. We're like, this is our year, baby. And life starts to happen. You're not in the same mood, right? You're in a different mood. You're like, yeah, I know I said that, but today I feel like this or whatever.
Yes. D is a liar. I'm telling you.
We have that yield in the street. We're like, squirrel.
Like, how come my bed feels extra comfortable today? Like,
right.
It's really fluffy. These pillows are molded to my face, and this blanket, oh, so soft.
I know. It's so true. But like, we want you guys to succeed. We need to pull through. There could be so many excuses, right, Shirley? We can all sit here and be like, I don't want to do this. And Shirley and I, we're accountability partners here. So we have also been trying to help each other stay on track. And if that's something that you need as an accountability partner, then recognize that early on and go get you one. Find somebody who's going to care enough to pull you through. And if you're on the phone and you're trying to give them an excuse, they're going to be like, no, sis, we need to pull through and get this done.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, you just have to actually just take inventory of your life now and what's happening now.
Yes.
Because I was like, wait, I am disciplined. Like right now, Leandra and I are working on the 75-day hard, which we'll dive deep in. But like the whole purpose, because she did it before and she lost a lot of weight. That was awesome. But when I heard other people talking about the 75-day hard, they were talking about the discipline. And I was like, yes, I need some discipline in my life. But I'm like, in my head, it wasn't making sense because I'm like, you are disciplined. Like you had a child, got pregnant, gave birth to another child, completed your master's and your doctorate while working a full-time job, while, putting on presentations and joining boards. And I thrived. Like, that wasn't stressful to me. I'm like, yes, I'm in my element. But now, post-pandemic, and I've moved to Florida, I'm like, I just want to go to the beach.
Shirley's outside. She's like, it's the sun.
Palm trees. Hello, flower. Hello, butterfly. Like, I'm just in that mood. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. It's okay to be in your season, though. We've talked about that, too. It's okay to be in your season.
Yeah. I had to recognize it was a season. And I'm like, okay, I understand, like, the big picture of what God has for me. And like, this actually is my season of rest. And I was like, listen, God, I'm about to take this rest and like fly with it. Are you sure you want me to be resting? Because I don't know how you're going to get me back up. Like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm on like one board right now when I used to be on 10, and I'm not exaggerating. And I, again, lived my best life. And now I'm like, I've been trying to quit that board every week.
You're like, tempted. That's the temptation coming to you.
I don't want to do anything. but I
I
have.
know, but we have to reel it in. We have to reel it in, right? And like Shirley's even spitting out all this stuff that's on her agenda, her every single day, and everybody has their own checklist. And it's just like, okay, so we each have that. And Shirley and I have talked about time management, which I feel like for Shirley and I, and I'm sure for you, is a huge essential key that you should be putting and inputting every single day into whatever your week is, your day to day. We have, scheduled time, block time, time where you should be focusing on certain things, not chit chatting on the phone, not watching TV,
Those distractions, you better
scrolling
identify
that
those distractions.
Facebook. Yeah, you have to, like Shirley just said, take inventory. When we're going food shopping, when we're doing things in the house, when we need something, what do? You make a list and you're like,
Yes.
I need this, and you know what's in your cabinets, you know what's not. So therefore, you should be taking inventory in your life, and you need to figure out what is distracting you, because you just think you're going to go on Facebook really quick. Next thing you know, you're on there for 40 minutes. Ain't nobody's business on Facebook more important than your business. You need to be minding your business literally.
Commenting on people you don't even know.
You're like, congratulations, girl, I see you. And it's just like, who is that? I love spreading the love. I'm not saying don't do that, but we have to focus in on what is priority over what is your distraction.
And you might even have to put a timer. That's what our
Amen.
phones are for.
That's
you might have to
good.
put on a timer like 5 minutes. That's it. And how many times are you going to do that? So I know a lot of people, like even my church, will do like a 21 day fast at the beginning of the year. And fasting isn't just from like food. It's also like fasting from the things that you love. So it might be chocolate, or social media.
Social media is a great one. Social media is a great fast.
Whatever the case is, whatever is causing you to not spend that time with God, we're going to have to eliminate it. It doesn't mean, again, it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? We just have to like time it and not let it take over our day. Like we cannot surrender to social media and TV, right? That cannot be the thing that leads our lives. Like we're still in control. We're still in the driver's seat. So, like Leandra had said, it's about like prioritizing. Maybe that social media is at the end of the day, or maybe you save it for once or twice a week or on the weekends, but let it not take over your day. I mean, and I can say that because like TV is definitely my distraction.
Yeah. I have a few distractions. I think the phone is my biggest distraction. There's just certain calls or emails or things that you don't have time for in that moment, because you'll look and you'll be like, oh my God, I've been on the phone for 45 minutes or an hour. And it's like, that wasn't part of what you time blocked to do. Yeah. So you save that conversation and you say, okay, this is my free time to do X, Y, and Z. So I think time blocking is huge. It's important. Huge. I think that will help everybody stay on track with whatever your goals are and whatever you're doing. I know as far as health is concerned and the discipline is concerned, we're going to go back to that, because Shirley and
You don't want to move on and talk about something else?
You, Miss Shirley. Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, we have decided, January 1st, we were going to kick off our 75-day HOD. And it was just like, first of all, we geared ourselves up to this. I already have done the 75-day HOD. I completed it. It was great. I felt amazing. It is not called a HOD for no reason. It's HOD. So when Shirley kept saying, hey, let's do this, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I want to do it. And then she's like, well, how about we do it starting January 1st? And this was right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do that. I can commit to that. That lets me get through the holidays. And right after the holidays, that's where your mind is at. Let's do it. Yeah. So Shirley, let us know. Talk about your 75-day HOD, sis. I want to hear about it. So do they.
He was like, are you sure you want to publicly tell everybody how your 75-day HOD is? And I was like, well, I'm transparent. And, I want to be personable with everybody. And like, let's encourage each other. So like 75-day HOD was hard, and it was going strong. I'm probably in between a 75-day soft and medium at this point. And you have to understand actually. So even though we had talked about it Thanksgiving, we were like trying to get our minds ready, trying to like discipline ourselves with our food so it wouldn't be like a shock to our system in January. So January came and I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly here. I got to do that workout outside. And for those of you who do not know what the 75-day hard is, 75 days, you are working out twice a day for 45 minutes. One must be outside.
That's
you
right.
are reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book or inspirational book every day. You are drinking 1 gallon of water every day, and you are taking progress pictures. And if for whatever reason you slip, you have to start all over.
You have to start over.
So
and there's no alcohol.
Day 45.
No alcohol also is part of that whole mission.
So you got to start all over again. So what had happened was
yeah, let us know, Shirley. What happened? Girl, what happened?
So
I love that you're being transparent, though. I love it. Go ahead, girl.
So that week 1, I was like, I wish Lee and I had this conversation prior, but like that week 1 and like getting the kids back into school and doing everything. And like, I'm now doing drop off and pick up. I'm just like, whoosh. And so you're just like all over the place. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I'm like, I'm starving. Like, you feel like you're going to die. Like you need to eat, and you're about to eat whatever comes in your way. Like, I don't care if, roadkill looks delicious right now.
She's becoming a vulture on the side of the highway.
So, probably, just like had that one little fast food that I shouldn't have been having. And then I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's day 7, no problem. I will restart this again and I will just extend it a week. And I already had to modify it. And I was very honest and transparent with Lee. Like, I can't do a gallon of water. I just really can't. I'm someone who never drank water. I probably started drinking water like 5-6 years ago, right? And like, I'll have like my little 16.9 ounces or whatever. And I started to like slowly but surely increase that. But like, you're supposed to drink a whole gallon. So that's 8 of those 16-ounce waters.
That's right.
I can't drink past like 2, maybe 4 o'clock is even pushing it, because then I'll be going to the bathroom throughout the night. And that's just unacceptable for me. Like, I need my sleep. I need my 8 hours. I'm a light sleeper. If I get up, I'm not going back to bed. And I'm sorry, that's just unacceptable to me. So I was like, I'm not going to do a gallon. Like, I will try for a half gallon. I tried that half gallon. I was in the bathroom every 15 to 30 minutes. I'm like, this is so inconvenient. And to get to my kid's school takes a good like 30 to 40 minutes. And driving back, there's always traffic. So I'm not like, I went to the bathroom before I leave the house. I get there, I already need to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom in their school. Then I come back and I'm in that hour of traffic and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. Like, what am I going to do? Pull over to the side? Like, no, I can't. It's just not reasonable for me. So we wasn't doing a gallon. And then I was like, whew, this reading is really, really tough.
Do you see where this is going, people? Because let me tell you something. I don't want to hear it. So she is talking to all of you because I don't want to hear it. But go ahead. You keep going,
You
Shirley.
know what? The audience will empathize with me.
I hope someone does, because I'm not. I'm not even here for it. I said she's still going. She's really on this one.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
She's complaining about there being options for public restrooms, people. That she ain't saying to go, stand at the ball drop and pee your pants all night in the diaper. She's got options. She still has public. And
you're literally suggesting I wear a diaper.
I'm saying, I don't want to hear nothing.
Is that where we're going? Is that how disciplined?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, get it done.
Then you know what?
Get it
Cross me
done.
out then. I guess I'm not that disciplined. I gotta wear a diaper.
She's so like this. I don't care that much. I don't care. You are so funny. I am cracking up laughing listening to you. I said she's mad because she had to go to the bathroom somewhere else. Oh boy. So anyway,
Listen, sidebar. How many of y'all don't like public restrooms? How many, when you go to the public restroom, it's an event, okay? It's an event. You're kicking doors open. you're flushing the toilet with your foot. Like,
you're crouching down. You're holding your legs are
squatting
shaking.
like you've never squatted before. Kick the door open. Open this. Like
I am so hot right now from laughing, but I get it. I understand.
It's
I understand.
an event, okay? Swinging the door open so that it don't touch you when you leave. Listen, my mama raised me right, okay?
So my mama told me to tell you. So,
oh my gosh.
Anyways, she has still been on something. You have
I've been
still
on something. So the working out.
Yes.
Yes, I've been working out. So like my at-home workout is really like stretching. I was like, whew, I'll turn 40. The Lord have mercy. we need to stretch some things out. So I'll be stretching for a good 30 minutes. And then I bike ride during lunch, which I love that, like, you know, that's my dopamine kick throughout the day or whatever. So I do the exercise. If I didn't read 10 pages that day, I'll read 20 the next day. I have been reading. It's really just the water part. And I'm like, I feel like the exercise thing is a part of me, but like
the intake of the gallon of water
and like eating, like even just the eating, right? Like, man, it gets hard. Like, again, when you're on the road, like my daughter had mini cheer camp last week. So we didn't get home till 7. And I'm like, okay, I have to actually like warm food. I have to warm healthy food. Like I've got to pre-pack this and, you know, to take it with me, make sure it's not like in a hot container, get in there, and all the redirecting because of the traffic. And you just get home and you're just like, Lord have mercy. But girl, I did not cheat. I promise you.
No, Shirley has been so honest about things that she hasn't been following through with on the 75-day hard. And we are each other's accountability partner. And just because Shirley is deciding to take a detour a little bit does not excuse anything on my end, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. So I'm not going to be like, whatever, Shirley quit. I'm just, whatever. I'm going to just do me. So no, we're going to do the new you, right? We're going to do this new version of you. Shirley can start over. There's going to be things that she can implement from whatever she has taken from her 75-day soft medium, and she can implement it in her whatever. I'm rooting her on.
Soft medium, intermediate.
I don't care what I said to her 5 seconds ago. I have faith in her that she'll pick up again and do something else.
Well, so the whole purpose of the 75-day hard for me, it wasn't about the losing weight, even though
it was
your girl is losing inches. Okay.
Yes.
I just have to say that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But the losing the weight wasn't the priority for me. It was the discipline, right? So I'm like, okay,
most important part.
Maybe this might be a little too rigid for you, right? Like, I'm like, because sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, man, like, I just want to focus on these projects God's got me doing. Like, I don't have time to work out twice a day, right?
Right.
But I do love my bike ride, so that's, you know, that's good for me.
That is a good bike ride. That's a good exercise. I'm telling you, that's awesome.
I'll tell you about the bike ride. So like, it was the discipline, right? So like, I even signed up for a webinar on time management, right? And how like you have to map out your week, map out your 30 days, and like make it exciting, not like, oh, Sunday. Oh, the week is about to start. Like, no, make it joyful, right? Maybe you go to your favorite coffee place or whatever. You make it joyful. You map out the week. You time block. You say, okay, I'm going to work on like my book for 25 minutes, and you set that timer. Right. We're going to work on editing the podcast. I believe it takes me 1 hour to edit this podcast. Boom. I'm going to set that time. Like really time manage your calendar and hold yourself accountable. And not only that, like, I really do try to live spontaneously. Like, I'm not really a type A personality, but it's like sometimes you don't even get to be spontaneous. So many things are going on in your head. It's like, you know what? If you want to get something done, if you want to prioritize something, you got to put it in the calendar or you got to set an alarm. So even like taking the kids out, like making sure we're not just kind of, if you have opportunity to do it on a whim, awesome. But like, if your family is your first ministry and you want to prioritize it, you got to put it in a calendar. You got to put it on alarm. And you're saying, you know, at 12 p.m., I am going to take them out to whatever such a place and we're going to have fun from 12 to 2 p.m. Like, even your relationship with your spouse, like prioritize it, be intentional about not just being involved in this relationship, but also in like what you're currently doing at work and future projects, dreams, goals, whatever it is. Like set time aside for that. And I learned through the webinar, like even just thinking about it can be overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, I got to do the book, the podcast, the website, the work, the picking up the kids. Like just thinking about it is so overwhelming that you already quit before you start.
So that reminds me of like, if you're going through like this galaxy, right? And you just see, so picture this, you're going through the galaxy and there's things flying at you, right? And you're just like, instead of like that, where you just said like, you have this, you have that, and all this stuff is flying at you. Picture yourself a little bit more so like on the moon, where everything's there and you're like, oh, I got the podcast. Oh, I got the...
So you have to, so beautiful, girl.
You need to slow down and you need to regroup, and balance is all that was screaming in my ear as you were just talking. It was just like, we have to balance all of this in together. And I think that you do a great job of that. I think I do. Come on now. I think that you do a great job of that.
I have to thank Miss Lily. Like I was like beating myself up one day and she was like, but it's okay. Like, so you had a bad day, like pick it up the next day. And I looked at my to-do list, because I don't even check off my to-do list. I literally, like 3 days in, I looked at my to-do list and I was like, oh, wait, I did do that. I did that.
So
I did
that.
But in my head, I'm thinking I've done nothing. But actually, like, you did do stuff. Like, you weren't just, sitting twiddling your fingers and eating bonbons. Like, you were
absolutely. And I think the balance that's key too. So we have our time management, we have our balancing and setting those things to certain times, minimizing our distractions.
Yes.
The 75-day hard, or whatever you want to choose to try and challenge yourself. I think that's what we can take away from that, is that the challenge in ourselves was awesome. I think I'm still in the 75-day hard.
And I'm still right there with you.
I'm halfway through. So boom. And I really wanted to talk about that whole mood when we're setting something and we're in that rah-rah moment. And we have to know that you're not going to be in the same mood, everybody. You're not going to be in that motivated, uplifting, brand new start, fresh start, new planner, new this, you're ready to go, you got your new gym membership, or whatever you got going on. It's a new year, you cleared that whiteboard, you're just ready to take it on. You have to know that life is still going to keep happening, and you're not going to be in the same mood. So that's when discipline steps in. And I really feel like your mindset has to be on the right track for this to follow through and to execute. You need to stay focused. You need to stay focused and figure out your why. And your why needs to be big enough to why did you start? Why do you want to do this? What is this going to do for you in the long term that's going to change your life? And if you want to keep evolving instead of repeating, then we have to make sure that we're leveling up. And every season for every person is different. So level up. So Shirley has her season, I have mine, and of course you can bounce off of each other. I could be going on my 75-day hard 100 miles an hour, and Shirley could not be, but that is not her season and where she needs to be, and that's okay. That's my season. If that's what I'm doing, that's okay. If Shirley's balancing being more in ministry and balancing, and she's on every single prayer call and I can't even get up at midnight to do that. That's okay. Everybody is going to check off their own boxes and fill their cup in their own way. So don't continue and constantly compare yourself with what
Correct.
everybody else is
100%.
doing and what
Mhm.
everybody else is accomplishing. You need to look at you and figure out where were you last year and where do you want to be this year,
Yeah.
and take that. Even if it's a small step, you're going to get there as long as you continue to focus and
Yeah.
aim, act, assess, and adjust. It's a circle. So figure it out what you're aiming at,
Mhm.
assess it, adjust what's not working, and
Yeah.
put it back into play.
And just understand that it's not going to look like the way it was before, right? Like, yes, I was doing those like
Absolutely.
10 different boards, but who says I need to do that this time? Just like you said about seasons. And it's okay. Like, I might just pick up 5 boards this time and whatnot. But that's because that's what God has for me.
That's
I
right.
did that, done that. We don't have to go back there. And
Correct.
even if 10 boards do come my way, the way I was doing it does not need to look like the way I did it. And that's what I was doing. Like, the condemnation just came on me. I was like, man, you are lazy. I really called myself lazy instead of, Shirley, you deserve this rest. You were running around like a chicken
Right.
with her head cut off. You moved to a whole new state. Give yourself some grace.
You are in a
But
new
I had
space.
nerve to say I'm lazy. Oh, gosh.
Our life
I don't
coach
even
said
recognize
that.
this Shirley.
It's
How dare
crazy.
I?
Our life coach said that, Jade. She's amazing. Shirley introduced her to us. She's amazing, and so is the whole group of ladies. Seriously. And she said that, and I repeated it back to Shirley, and she's like, why do you, and Shirley kept, oh, well, I did this, or I was always doing this. I was part of this board, and I was always on the go, and I was doing this. And our life coach put it so perfectly, and she was like, why do you keep looking back? That's where we're going wrong right there, right now. Like, why are you looking back to what you were doing or what was going on or what have you, when we're supposed to be moving forward? And
Yeah.
that's where your season is at. You need to be
Yes.
present in that, ladies. Wherever you're at, be present. You
And let me
can
tell you
still
something.
evolve.
If we are guilty of comparing ourselves, let me tell you something. The one thing
Yes.
I love about Jade, like, listen, she is like media giant, okay? She's a motivational
Yep.
speaker, like pianist, like she's doing the darn thing, has her own company. But she was honest about the fact that, last year she was up at 5 a.m. in the gym, doing her cycling classes, and now she's waking up around 9. Not because she's not running her media empire. She's
Not
still
because
is.
she's lazy.
No. But that's just the
Exactly.
season. And I was like, when she said that, I was like, oh, it's the season. I always have to remember that. It's the season. I
Please
keep looking
do.
at what I once was. That's a whole like 5-10 years ago. Why am I comparing
Like,
my
you're not
40-year-old
that
self
same
to
Shirley.
30-year-old?
Thank you. You are not that Shirley anymore. And I'm
Yeah.
not that Leandra anymore. You're not that Angela, that Pamela, that like what,
Lisa,
whatever.
Angela, Pamela, Renee. I
Angela,
love you.
Pamela. I was going to keep going, but so I think recognizing that and putting this all into play, I wanted to also talk about, Shirley, what our non-negotiables are and what we're not accepting. Like, what are your non-negotiables? Like, what are you like? That draws the line for me. That is a red flag. That is a boundary wall put up right there.
My non-negotiables is, now that I've gotten so, see, I'm even like contradicting myself. I've gotten so close to God, at least where I used to be. Do I want to get closer, and is there opportunity to grow more? Absolutely. Now that I've tasted and seen him, ooh,
the Savior.
Ain't nothing bringing me back. Nope.
Amen.
The world, bye. That's why
Absolutely.
I was doing midnight prayers last year. Midnight prayers may not be working this year. And I was doing it every day for 12 months, and I love it.
She really was.
And I'm gonna probably, catch up on it like once a week, but now I'm doing like 6 a.m. prayers. And then I do my 7 a.m. Command Your Day. And then I do 8 a.m. Ashley Estrada Ministries, like that. And I'm praying, like when I'm driving, I'm just praying. And I talked to my pastor friend, Felicia. She was just like, don't think that it needs to look a certain way. So I'm like, oh, I need
Right,
quiet
right.
time. I thought I needed to wake up at 5 a.m., no distractions, be quiet with my Bible and study the word and pray and spend time with God. No, the 3 hours that I'm on the road picking up these kids, that's my
That's
quiet time
right.
with God. It ain't going to look
That's
like
right.
everybody in their prayer closet. Nope. My car now is my prayer closet.
That's
And
right.
I'm giving myself grace. So that's absolutely a non-negotiable. And the last one actually is my peace. Ooh.
Mm. That is
Last year-
everything that you can have right there.
last
Your
year,
peace.
listen, like I said, I'm an extrovert, like always looking, at the positives in life. But my peace last year, I was like, ooh, like just everything was just unicorns and rainbows for me. Everything was amazing. And I was like, oh, we keeping this. We keeping this by all means necessary. Like,
Amen.
no, I will fight somebody. I need my peace. As
He
talk
said, I
about
am
peace,
half
I'm gonna
hood,
fight
half
somebody.
holy. Don't mess with me when I'm coming for my peace, because I will. I'll do it.
I just love my peace, letting things just roll off. Like,
Absolutely.
and honestly, I don't even look at it as like, oh, you're letting people walk all over you, or how can you let somebody insult you? I'm like, listen, I used to swear. I used to cuss people out. You know me, yo mama. Yeah, I used to do that, okay? But
She was quick with the comebacks.
as you get older, you're just like, this is exhausting. I'm sure my blood
It is
pressure is
so
climbing.
exhausting.
I don't even
Yes.
want to be in that moment, that energy, like, I don't even want to be there. And I'm just like, oh, you offended me? Huh, I didn't know. God be with you. I love you with the blood of the Lamb. Thank you.
Seriously, because we're punishing ourselves by allowing that anger and all that stuff that's going on in our body when we're reacting to things because of what somebody else did. So you're allowing people to have control over your
power.
reaction,
Remember
that power over you. You're allowing them to control you, basically, because you're going to react to things that you shouldn't be reacting to. And you're taking that precious energy and you're putting it where it just does not belong.
Yep.
The enemy loves that. He wants
Yep.
to see you drain yourself and get tired so that you can't face and do your priority list and you can't face and do what you're supposed to be doing. So I love your non-negotiables are healthy. I think your non-negotiables are gonna get you real far, girl.
Thank you. I decree and declare.
Amen. I'm loving it. I love all of that. My non-negotiables are just negativity in general. I just, with the naysayers, and I catch myself sometimes being a grumbler, and I'm like, time out, time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Replacing it. You really have to like meditate on just being grateful. So like
Seriously.
The moment that negativity comes in, because listen, the enemy knows how to kind of like manipulate things, make you hear things and see things that you're not seeing or hearing. Like you're like, did that person? Just switch it up. Like, you know what? God bless that person. Okay. Give them over and above anything they've ever asked for. Like just switch the negative to the positive, right? And get
the negative is such a weed in my garden. So just being around just like that dot cloud, like I try so hard, and you know this, to like, I'll be like, well, I'll say, I'll enter in, I'll say what's going on, I'll speak my truth, but then I'm like, but blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, but you got to keep going, or, that is what it is. We're going to do this, but I have faith in God. So it's like, but God, it's like that negativity is getting you nowhere. Again, your mindset, what you're telling yourself, all that stuff that you absorb is just a no-go for me. And the people with the drama, save the drama for your mama, because I don't want any drama. I don't need to be around everybody's drama. I have learned that I'm an empath. So if I'm constantly around everybody who's got all this stuff going on, it's like every time you call, no matter what, so-and-so got this one and this and da-da-da, and I get it. I'm not saying don't vent to me. Please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is there are certain people in this world that feed off of drama.
Identify those people.
Drama feeds them. If they got nothing going on in their day, don't let them get too much time, because they will almost create drama. And that's not something that we're doing. So that is a non-negotiable to me. Liars and disloyalty, another non-negotiable for me. And I have accepted certain things, and that's my list right there. So I think figuring out what your non-negotiables are is another great way to stay in alignment with what your goals are for the year.
Yes, absolutely. So I hope all of these tips and tricks have helped you. And you know, what works for us may not work for you. We're just telling you to start, right?
Yes.
Identify those distractions, identify those non-negotiables. What brings you peace? Go after it, right? Like seek after it, you know? And don't give up. Like, it's okay, right?
Don't give up.
I keep doing the 75-day
Keep
hard
going.
over and over and over again, because like Leandra said earlier, there's a reason why. There's a reason why I need to be disciplined, because I'm getting more and more ideas from God. And instead of me running with it, I need to lean more on him and hear his next steps. So what are the things that I need to do to hear the next steps? I need to spend more time with him, you know? So it's just those things. And like, again, don't give up. Don't beat yourself up like I beat myself up literally like last week. Like, don't do that, okay? I know,
my New Year's resolution every year, Shirley, I don't make one, but it's always to keep going. Yes. So when you just said, don't give up, keep going, that's literally what it is. Everybody's like, what's yours? I'm like, just to keep going and to be a better version. And I think that's what you should aim to be, and you'll get exactly where you're supposed to be going, whatever it is that is on your mind. You'll get there by doing exactly those things. Just keep going, keep implementing.
Keep going, because we still got another 11 months, okay?
Gear up.
Check in with yourself too, like quarterly, right? Like at the third month, like, okay, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I can make some changes starting in April.
Correct.
You know, like, it's okay. It's okay.
Let's end on this, Shirley, on what we can start, what we can stop, and what we can continue. So every third quarter, do that. Why don't you figure out, what do you want to start doing? What do you want to stop doing? And what do you want to continue doing? Every quarter that you're going through, so that way you can stay on track and be like, all right, this is what I did these 3-4 months. This is what I'm not doing this anymore. What do you want to start doing? And now what do you want to continue doing? And keep going, because we're here for you. We want to see you succeed. Shirley is a huge cheerleader. Her daughter, Caitlin, is a cheerleader. I'm a retired cheerleader. And we love you so much. God loves you so much. And we want to see you win.
Win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. No, I'm good. Only me. That's where my mind goes. Anyways.
I love it.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Yes. Again, like Leandra said earlier, like, we've been receiving the love. And listen, we'll even take constructive criticism too. Like, we're just doing what God has assigned us to do. That's Correct. It. You know, so we love the responses. We love the fact that this is touching people. Like, we're like, wow, you know, like, just,
I know.
I love just kind of building this community. We may not see you, we may not know exactly who you are, but trust us, like, our heart loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we see the comments, like, we're just praying, you know, we're so grateful. So thank you again for tuning in today. And thank you for tuning in the past. And I pray to God that you continue to tune in the future. Please, you know, follow us on our Facebook page, Kingdom Conversations 1111. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kingdom Conversations 1111.
Share it.
We're on
love
TikTok,
it.
Share,
like
comment,
it.
everything.
Subscribe it. Call us. We love you all so much. Have a blessed day. We're so grateful for you. Bye.